What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua. This topic on Anthony Joshua, he had this to say. He said that a right hand can take you around the block, but a jab can take you around the world. Okay, now let me counterpunch this statement, because this statement had and made a lot of sense. Okay. You know, the jab is so many different things, okay? You can beat a fighter with a jab, with one hand, with one punch. And it shows you that where Anthony Joshua decided, I'm going to box Andy Ruiz. I'm going to stay controlled. I'm going to use my jab. I'm going to nullify him with my jab. And I'm going to humble him with my jab. You know, fighters like Anthony Joshua, Lennox Lewis, Tyson Fury, Vladimir Klitschko, Tony Harrison, Muhammad Ali, and countless others use their jab to beat fighters, okay? And it'll take you around the world because you don't know the importance of distance. You don't know the importance of keeping a fighter back, targeting a fighter, setting up shots. It's so many different variations. You know, with Anthony Joshua, he learned something very simple. And in boxing, it's only certain small tweaks, small adjustments that you have to make to change the whole dynamics of the fight. And that's exactly what he did. He used his jab. He took his time. He jabbed Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz knew that concept too, but he didn't respect that concept. There's a difference, okay? When Andy Ruiz's game plan was to get in there, throw in between punches that Anthony Joshua was supposed to throw recklessly, okay? That's what his game plan was. I'm going to wait till Anthony Joshua throws these punches, knowing he's a slower fighter. Therefore, I'm the faster fighter. I'm going to punch in between those punches. And all she wrote. Boom. He didn't anticipate someone that understood, respected, and enforced the jab. Okay? And a lot of people call it a boring fight. The people that did call it a boring fight, they don't know shit about boxing. Okay? Mayweather terminology 101. They don't know shit about boxing. Roger will tell you that. Because you ask Floyd Mayweather the same thing. Speaking of pretty boy Floyd, you know, the jab is very important. Okay? Not everyone can be like Roy Jones. You know, and Roy Jones will tell you he was just so physically gifted, he could go and fight guys without the jab, but that doesn't mean you should go without fighting without the jab, okay? The jab is a necessity. The jab is what is going to take you from point A to point B. You know, you set up different punches from the jab. You stabilize distance from the jab. You do so many things with the jab. The jab is the cornerstone. It is what it is. That's the first punch you should learn how to throw if you ever put on gloves in your life, is the jab. You know, and the simplest thing that caught Andy Ruiz off guard was the jab. And he was the faster fighter. Did he have better footwork? No, he didn't. You know, but the jab allowed that footwork to be implemented. If it wasn't for the jab, there would be nothing stopping Andy Ruiz from doing what he wanted to do that day by coming in, throwing right hands, left hooks, looping left hands, looping right hooks, right? These type of wide shots that he was catching Anthony Joshua with in the first fight, he couldn't simply do. So absolutely, a right hand, sure, it's great, but the right hand is nothing without the jab, okay? The right hand, sure, you can shoot it out like a jab. But without the jab, itself, you might be off some. Okay? And if you noticed in that fight, Joshua threw that right hand and missed on that right hand. Why? Because he didn't have the distance finder. Okay? He didn't have the distance barometer between the jab. He didn't jab first to see where Andy Ruiz's head was going to be. Therefore, when he threw the right hand, he didn't know where it was going to be. Therefore, he missed it. So he slipped and dipped up under it, And of course, he grabbed and held, which was a good technique. It was a smart technique. Okay? Now, a lot of people look at like Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder, well, hey, he should have cut off the ring. He could have done this. He fought scared. But Deontay Wilder knows the importance of the jab too. And if he doesn't know the importance of the jab, he will find out in the next fight. Because the jab is going to be the thing that's going to keep him back all night. Okay? He might be the next Andy Ruiz. We might have to pin this video, okay? Because if he doesn't respect the jab, if he didn't know how he bloodied Tyson Fury's nose, he's never going to know. And if he doesn't understand jab with a jabber, jab in between a jabber, because those guys are around the same height, Tyson Fury's a little taller, but Tyson Fury is going to be using the jab. Deontay Wilder should learn the jab himself. The importance of the jab, the beauty, the power of the jab. Okay? That's something that he should learn. So when he's bad-mouthing Joshua, okay, he should implement what Joshua did in his fight to set up his own right hand. Because, of course, if he has any hope of landing that right hand, he has to know and establish a good jab. Not just a straight right and a left hook like he did in round 12. No. It all has to start with a jab because he has to know what Tyson Fury's going to do, okay? If you're just throwing a right hand and a left hook, that's just too predictable. But if you throw the jab and you use the jab appropriately, people are going to be worried about something else besides the left hand and the right cross, okay? Which the right cross is the bread and butter for someone like Deontay Wilder. So, yes, the jab applies to all boxers. It applies to Andy Ruiz, too. He bloodied Joshua's eye with a jab. So, yes, wrapping this up, guys, the jab is the most important thing. So, this saying that Anthony Joshua said, this counterpunch that statement, okay, that credo. Because that's exactly what it is. Sure, a right hand can take you around the world because it can do the damage. It is that punch that could hurt you. A jab can hurt you too, a power jab. But the right hand more than likely hurts you more, okay? So, yeah, it could take you around the block, but it ain't going to take you around the world like a jab can. A jab will keep you safe. A jab will keep you humble. A jab will keep your distance from that fighter, okay? So it's all about the jab at the end of the day. You guys tell me what you think about Anthony Joshua's statements. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.